The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode and another season of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, Falco finished third in the points, Enrica finished sixth. Definitely not bad for our first time out. As far as team standings go, we finished third with no good car, no real good parts. I mean, we outperformed where we shouldn't have, and that is pretty outstanding. But we are 3 million in the hole, and we actually have one race before a couple sponsors open up. So we'll have to do the first race of the season before we get any extra bonus money. And that's going to be interesting because hopefully we get paid a lot in the International GT Series for our third place championship. We will see. It's a front of the house episode. This episode, we're not going to be doing a race, but we will be designing next year's car and seeing, because we do have a driver and a staff member who need to be re-signed. Enrica, with her 4.25 star rating. She does very well for us. She's a paid driver. Everything is looking good. Falco is on for another 2 years, so we don't have to worry about that. Our reserve driver, we're just not going to look at. As far as staff goes, Ian Brown is reconsidering. He's maxed out at 3 stars. He's not going to get any better. So we're just sending him an offer, and if anything opens up, we can get a new lead designer. All right, here we go. End of championship promotion. We can see who joins us here in the ranks at the bottom. Octane's chairman retires. Valexa's chairman retires. Here is our prize money. $20 million outstanding. Plus, we get the money that we squirreled away for next year's car. Manager of the season, that's what I'm talking about. Lisa Sakakino. That's amazing. And driver is Gal Menzi, of course. I'm glad they voted up for us because we did a whole lot more than what we were capable of. That is for sure. I'm happy to see that. It's a shame that don't come with a bonus money. So the new rules for this year. The rule changes are remove bonus points for pole. So now if we don't get pole, we're not going to lose any points. And there are 12 dry tires to choose from rather than, I think it was 8. So we get a little bit more tires. And the promotions, Vittorio Corsa, our rivals last year. Well, not last year, we're in the next season, but our last season in the lower ranks, Vittorio Corsa was who we were battling, and Skanstrom GT is relegated. See you later, Skanstrom. All right, so contract signing. Here we go. Does Enrica agree? That is the question. Enrica agreed. All right, so the details of this contract were going to be, hold on, that's the details for the driver. So a number 2 driver at a pay cut. I like that. She liked the reduced contract length. She only wanted a year, which we gave her, and 60,000 bonuses. I think we keep on with Enrica. We'll sign her. Driver is renewed. Enrica is now our driver for the next season. So drivers are ironed out. Hopefully we can get her crew chief back in here. Contract offer accepted. So let's sign on the dotted line. So cool to get the contract out of the way. Of course, we still want you, Enrica. You are pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie. Next up is Ian Brown. We'll see if Ian decided to sign on. Contract is agreed. I think he took a pay cut. Yeah, he took a little bit of a pay cut for a nice long contract. We'll sign him up. All right. So Ian is now signed up for 37 months. He's on board for a while. That is the contracts out of the way, and no sign-on bonus and no breaking contract. So I like that. We keep all of our money. Preseason start, and the car design is unlocked. The International GT Series. Let's get cracking. Game is saving, and now we can design next year's car, and we get the money that we squirrel away for next year's car at this point. Another $10.9 million. So we are up to $28 million, and I'm sure this car is going to cost every bit of it. All right, base stat modifier. We want a very strong base stat. Improvability is strong. I like that. We could, let's just do the 9 there. Fuel supplier. You know what? Fuel efficiency is okay. We can go on the weak side because we didn't lose any races due to fuel mileage. So we can skimp on that one a little bit. Materials. Tire wear. Strong tire wear with a medium tire heat. Let's go mid-tier there. That's 15. We're still okay. Brakes. Very weak, but a strong tire heating there at 4. We'll take that. Nice. Okay, so battery supplier. I think we want a good harvest efficiency. We'll take the better battery. So we start with a better starting charge, and we harvest a crap ton. So we will be left with $6 million for the next season, but I think we have a very strong base car. We just need the parts to sort of go with it. All right, 22. And then, of course, we get to pick our goals for next season. So we'll get even more money there. We'll see about building part of our headquarters, because when you get a lot of money, of course, you want, oh, yeah, and then the tire simulations as well. We'll see if it's worth it. Rodriguez, Dogtooth, Mellow, and tires. Gains to be made. Tire wear for $2.5 million. That could be better parts. No, they want how much? Dilemma resolved. We're not going to go tire wear +1. So we're going to speed on through here. Contract ending. Drivers getting snatched up. Drivers getting signed. But we got our drivers nice and secure. Nothing to do but wait here. All right, the next mail comes in. Falco feeling in great form. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, less than an hour. Huh, well, that would have been nice had he been racing. Jenkins, the new mechanic, Suero, Persani going to retire, all well and good. Pit crew is still auto-managed, yes indeed. We'll rely on our crew chiefs to do the hiring there and get the job done. Oh, I saw Enrica's name pop up. She's in great form for 2 weeks, but the next race is in like 40 days, so not going to matter. Improvability. Our cars are pretty improvable, and we can pretty much nail the setup. I'm not going to spend money on that. Livery edit. All right, the livery for 2022. Here we go. So I want to keep the black and the red. We'll see if we can adjust the paint scheme a touch. A nice base red with some black down the side. I like that one, and we might have ran that livery before. Do some checkers this time around, maybe get some checkers out of it. Yeah, that one might not be too awful bad. Do we flip it and have black as our primary and trim and red as our secondary and tertiary? Yeah, I like that. Seems pretty cool. So this will be our next paint scheme for the year. I like it. We'll go ahead and continue that. Livery is done. Saka Speedworks. We'll finish up in a few weeks' time on the chassis. All right, new mail here. Sabato and the tire trade-off. So for better tire heating, we lose tire wear. Nope, too risky. I don't want tire wear because Enrica's pretty evil on those tires as it is. Yep, continue, please. Preseason testing, car design is done. This is where we can start designing a part, I believe. Well, after preseason testing. All right, here we go. We must respond. We'll see where we shake up in preseason. We have a really good base car. I'm pretty happy with what we were able to achieve. Falco, pick up the speed, please. I mean, Enrica's crushing it. And technically, Enrica is the better driver. Struggling with understeer. Well, that sucks for Falco. I was hoping he could be a little better, but in the race, I think Falco can be a hero. All right, let's go to our mail here. Preseason testing and targets. First, third, and fifth. Third was by the skin of our teeth, but we can get an extra $4 million if we say we can do it. We'll do a third. Our chairman might not like us for a few races if we don't nail that target. But let's go ahead and design a new part. The first race is Cape Town, where acceleration and brakes are crucial. I think Gearbox has a lot of parts or a lot of races that gets affected. Brakes are the worst on the grid. I mean, spoiler's good. We don't have to worry about that, first off. I think the gearbox, or do we go brakes? I think we can go brakes. Brakes should be okay. Let's do deceleration plus 20 and go ahead and build that part for 300 grand. And then factory staff, we can work on improving the reliability on all of our top parts here for Falco. 20 days after the race, just do what you can, boys. It's going to be a rough few races for sure. All right, there is our brake design done with the first report. All right, brakes are finished. Gearbox is the worst on the grid. Believe me, I know. All right, so there's our new brakes. We got that up to 67. We want to work on the performance of those as well. Let's just try to top off the performance on these. Yeah, it's going to be an uphill struggle until we can get all of these parts like ready to go. We're definitely not going to be part stripping anytime soon. That is for sure. All right, traveling to Cape Town. The last thing I want to do is see if our headquarters can be upgraded. Right now, our design center is one of the worst. Factory's okay. 7th, 7th, and 7th. So it looks like our design center needs some work. It's level 1 out of 4, an $8 million upgrade. And it adds 0.3 days to part design time. I think that's kind of a waste. We can make epic engines. Let's take a look at some new buildings here. It might not be bad to get a forecast center. It's cheap, and we can look at the... Well, great brakes would be good. We can deal with the weather. The weather hasn't thrown us too many curveballs. I haven't felt at a disadvantage. Plus, this is a faster build time. I think we can go for great brakes. Their brakes are a cheap part. We can get them up to great, and I think things would be okay. That will be the one building we build this season, and then we'll float the rest and see how long this 17 million can get us there. Huge anticipation. Our predicted to finish around 10th would be a solid result. Anything other than 10th would raise the chairman's blood pressure, an anonymous mechanic told us. So there we go. We are all set for Cape Town. Ladies and gentlemen, first race of the season. I think we could squeeze a 4th, but with part reliability teetering on the brink, I think we can pull some points out. That's going to be my goal. So that's going to do it for me in this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, our car is struggling. Dogtooth Lake. I don't remember them last season at all. We've got the staff. We've got the sponsors. We've got the pit crew. Headquarters, we'll get there. Drivers are kind of where they need to be. Maybe next season we can look for some 5-star potential, especially if Enrica is going to move on. But that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week for Race 1 in Cape Town. Take care.